Mike Bennett on the road, and today Patty Smyth from Scandal was not only with Mike and Casey at WHUD, but also our sister station, WBPM, with Jack and Andre. We thank you so much for being here.
That was really fun. I had a good time with them and you guys. It was fun.
Special guest in the studio,
Patty Squire. Oh, Patty Smyth. That's right. That's right.
Patty Smyth from Scandal. Patty Smyth and Scandal are going to be at the Ridgefield Playhouse in Connecticut in just 3 days. You can go to ridgefieldplayhouse.org and you can get your tickets right there.
That's right, because my drummer plays nude, so I think that's one of the added attractions of the show.
No, he doesn't.
But you can't, yeah, he does, but you can't tell because he's behind the,
That
no,
is
I am not
funny.
serious.
Come on,
I
dude.
am not serious, okay?
Bro, are you that gullible?
Well,
gonna
he
say, that's
is in
really
a
funny.
nude colored G-string, you don't know for sure. No, he's
Not that I really care.
He's not. But I like to torture him. No, he doesn't play naked. He plays really high, but not naked. No, just kidding. Although I did sing. I had to sing this early in the morning, which is a little rough. But it was still okay.
Well, you sounded great. You know, after, a long and illustrious career, songwriting and singing, you've got some new stuff coming out in January, right?
Yeah, we're working on an EP. We came out with an EP, so we're coming back with an EP. I thought that would be kind of fun. So it's 5 or 6 songs, and I guess the first single will be like the end of January or the beginning of February. Probably looking like more like the first week of February now. So
And tell
I'm
us about
excited I just started writing with this guy, Dave Beck, and he's producing it with me, and we're doing it together, and the guys played great on it, and it's just kind of more of kind of me and them, probably, I guess, because I wrote the songs. I write the songs, as they say.
100.7 WHUD, Mike and Casey in the morning. It's usually very sedate in the studio.
Oh, man.
Why?
I don't know.
You guys should be dancing nude in here every morning, okay?
Okay.
People would be coming down that back road a lot.
New for 2009.
Well, that's not one of my resolutions, but okay.
I don't care about the music. We'll get to that in a minute. I want to know, how did you meet John McEnroe, and where did you get this enormous diamond, and is that one real?
No.
That's amazing.
No.
This one is.
This is an old ring. Yes, that
So,
one is. That's
how
my
did you
engagement
meet
ring.
him?
We met at a mutual friend's house in California. I was living in California at the time. When I did that record, Sometimes I'll Just Stand Up, that one in '92, I had moved to California for a few years, and the guy who produced it, Roy Bittan, lived in Malibu. John had a house in Malibu, so they kind of knew him.
Mm-hmm.
And he thought it was a setup. He says it, but I actually, we ran into the chick when we were there over Christmas. She said, no, it wasn't a setup, John. So I got to win that one. And for once, 14 years later,
I was going to
it was
say,
not a setup.
you don't
right?
win a lot of them, I gather.
No, exactly. And we just kind of met on Christmas Day and then didn't see each other again until the following summer when I asked after him, because I liked him. He was a nice guy. Never in a million years did I think that I would be with him and marry him and have kids. I just liked him. He was like a nice guy from New York. I'd been living in LA, so it was really refreshing and whatever. And then when I saw him again, that was it. We went out on a date, and it literally was immediate. Mm-hmm. So after our second date, we were never apart again.
Oh.
We just flew back and forth until I finally moved back to New York. Luckily for me, he lived in New York, so when I had to go live where he was, it was my hometown. But I didn't move back for a year, so he's kind of cranky with me for that.
You told the story on the air about how you met your husband, John McEnroe. Tell us about life in the McEnroe-Patty Smyth household.
Well, the truth is I'm probably the one that's got a quicker temper and hotter to, get mad at people. And he's much more level-headed and easygoing, believe it or not. He's cool, until he's not. And then when he's not, it's the volcano, but he'll stay pretty cool. So, we're just kind of a regular, nuclear family. We both had other marriages. We have kids, it's his, mine, and ours. And it's kind of been a complicated and crazy ride, but we're just like everybody else. I'm a working mom, and I've got a husband who is away a lot, so that's made it a tad difficult to do what I should be doing, which is this.
And now you just bought a place in Dutchess County. We don't want to tell your address, but
I've
you're looking
had it
forward
a
to the
few
country?
years. I've had it a few years. I am. Yeah, I got to get Johnny to start looking forward to the country. But yeah, I do love it up here. I always have. I've always loved New York State. I think we have a really beautiful country up here, and I really am into the whole thing of, trying to get everybody to buy local produce and all that stuff. I've got a working farm, and so I'm really into all that stuff. I'm like one of those green people. I really should be wearing green all the time. But we have the greatest farmland up here, and it just seems like we should be feeding the world. We fed the world all this time, and now these farms are barely making it. So that's one of my pet projects, is to try to work on that.
Well, in any way we can help you, we will, and we thank you so much for coming to the radio stations today.
It was really fun. I owed you one because I kind of forgot to call one day, so I'm happy I forgot to call because it turned out better in the end.
I think you're right. Patty Smyth from Scandal. Look for her on tour. Her new record comes out right about now. Join us for Mike Bennett on the Road every Tuesday and Friday night at 6 on Channel 6, Time Warner in the Hudson Valley. And for highlights, go to MikeOnTheRoad.com.